What's going on, everyone? My name is Scott, and today it's mine and Leroy, wherever he is. It's our first time going camping together. I hope that the wind isn't too bad, but let's get into the video. I got some things to show you on my 95 G20 Chevy van. All right, everybody, so like I said, I got some things to show y'all. I just want to first of all say thank you all so much for the love and the comments and the subscribes that I got on my first video ever with this van. It is unbelievable because I think it's at around 21,000 views now, which is so amazing. And like I said, I hope this wind isn't too bad, but I've been having to do a lot of things to this van. I just got home from Alabama, and there was a lot of things I was wanting to catch and record, but I just didn't have time if I wanted to ever make it to the campground today. So let me show you around on, first of all, a couple of things that I've missed from last video, and a couple of things that I have put on here. So these are Goodyear Trail Runners. These are the same wheels, not the exact same wheels, but I found these on Marketplace already mounted to these, and these are so much better. These tires are so much better than the other ones. These hold 51 PSI, and the other ones only held 35 PSI. And you can see the grip and everything that it has around the outside tread of the tire. These are awesome. I got these for a deal, tires and wheels, mount and everything, $320. I could not pass it up because I needed them badly. So I did end up having to flush the radiator like 3 or 4 times, and it's still not as good as I'd like it to be. But if I wanted to get out here and go camping today, then that's all I could do. All right, guys, so I have everything loaded up in here. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all said that this carpet needed to be removed and put down some sort of other plywood type deal. Not plywood, but like tongue and groove or something like that. I agree, this is really nasty. I'm kind of just now seeing how bad it actually is back here. But that's one thing. Moving on. Oh, and I also want to say thank y'all so much for the great advice that y'all have given me. So many people have given me some great advice, and I will be following that. Unfortunately, was not able to write any of that down yet so I could talk about it in this video. But we'll definitely be doing some of those things that y'all had said to this van for sure. So I got my firewood in here in a tote so it doesn't get the floor any more nasty than it already is. I got my camping stove, and I have my cooler, which does not have ice in it yet. And I have my stuff in here in the front. This is the antifreeze that I used in my water. I thought this was a great place to put this. I had a couple people comment and say that I was talking too much, and my videos, as far as camping wise goes, tend to be a little bit long. And I've noticed that not a lot of people have watched my longer videos in the past going motorcycle camping. So I'm gonna try to keep this whole part of this short. And this thing is really nasty. I did pressure wash it a few nights ago, and the pollen has just been tearing this thing back up again. So we're gonna go back and re-pressure wash it and get all the pollen out of these grooves up here on top for the rain to go into. That's why it's not getting inside. And then we'll be heading to the campground, which is about an hour away. So I was hoping the issue with the window going up and down was just this switch or just something like that, or the motor. That would have been easier. But it is this wiring, I think, unfortunately. And I think it may even be in this rubber boot in here might be the issue. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that. I really would like to get that fixed. I'd like to have my window to be able to roll down whether I have AC or not, which I don't have any AC right now. But for now, I guess to be able to roll my window down, I just wiggle the wires and make it get connection until the window will roll up and down. So let's go ahead and get in the van. I've been waiting all day to be able to go do this. I've been really excited. I've been working on this thing since I got home, putting these tires on, torquing them down to spec and all that. The only thing I have not checked yet, fluid-wise, is the rear end, and that really desperately needed to be done. But I've already showered and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get in the van and get Mr. Leroy in the van, and we'll get on our way.
everyone. So after a kind of a long drive, we are almost here finally, and Leroy did, I don't know where he's back here. Leroy did good, and I guess we will see you guys when we are pulling in the campground. The van did good too. It's not overheating or anything. Got somebody about to pull out in front of me, and I guess the people just don't pay attention. But we will see you guys here shortly in just a minute.
All right, guys, so we made it to the campground, both Leroy and I, and we're real excited to be here, and got this thing plugged in. It's kind of on an unlevel surface. It's kind of towards like this and downhill at the same time. So I got some leveling blocks, and I got a chalk block, which is not any good. I got to do something different because I think it basically crushed it when I tried to put the tension on the block itself instead of the transmission in part, because I didn't check this, but the emergency brake doesn't work. So something else we gotta fix. But we got this thing plugged in, and I did wash it, y'all. I mean, it looks better. It could still use hand washing, but it does look so much better. And I'm loving these new tires on this thing. It makes it look mean with the side grips type deal on there. I mean, maybe it looks better on camera than it does in person. It does look really good in person too, but as you can see right here, the paint's like faded off and stuff, and I'm sure it's like that pretty significant up top. But we got our AC going. This is kind of how it was. It's blowing out hot air, so it's blowing out the air from the inside. I hope it's not messing up the audio. But I know we're supposed to have Leroy on a leash, but he doesn't go anywhere, and I do take him on a leash. For example, like we went to the bathroom just now, and he does have his 20-foot leash right there, but I can't keep him on a leash at all times. When we get up there and we start sitting around and hanging out and whatnot, and when I'm not really paying attention to him as much, we'll go ahead and bring that leash up there and we'll put him on that just in case. He might see a squirrel or something crazy. But let's check out the inside. I do have my cooler and all that stuff up there. I got my wood and all that stuff up there too. So I'm not really hungry, honestly. I kind of got a headache. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm really tired. And it is like 80 degrees out here. Right? It was 83 earlier. But let's check out the inside, and hopefully it's not too dark in there. Now it is kind of dark in here, but I mean, you can still see pretty good. Still got my thing right here. The refrigerator is running. I definitely forgot to get my little hard drive, thing. That way I can watch TV. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough signal here or not. I didn't last time to hardly even send messages, which is good. But if I wanna watch TV or something, then I don't know if I'm gonna get to tonight, but if not, then oh well. If that's the biggest thing that I forgot, then that's the least of my worries. But this thing is blowing cold. Got it set to 68. And this trash bag is on here because the previous owner said that it was blowing air up inside of this and causing the thermostat to make it cut off or whatever. So he put this on here so the way the air would blow out. I definitely have that in there, sorry. But yeah. And the only thing, or one of the things I did forget to check before we got out here was there's supposed to be a drain tube on the back of that AC, and I don't know how fast it will fill up. I'm not even sure where it will go or if it's just kind of blocked off back there, but we'll make sure that it doesn't get the carpet wet, and if it does, we'll just turn it off. It's supposed to be like 66 tonight, which I'll end up turning it off later anyway. But if I want to come in here and chill later on when it's still kind of hot, then I want to be able to do so. So let's go ahead and get out here and get our twigs and whatnot, and that way we can get our fire started a little later on. All right, everyone, so I just want to go over a few details, a few notes that I have. As you can see, maybe Leroy is right here. So I have literally no service here. Well, it says I got 1 bar, but it won't load anything. It won't load the YouTube comments that I was going to try to go over and write stuff down. So I just have some notes here that I took down and kind of what I remember that some of you guys said, and then also some of the things that I had thought about. So I do want to talk about the leaf springs. I know somebody had brought up, and then by the way, if you don't like any of this stuff, then just skip forward or whatever you want to do, because we'll probably be cooking next. But leaf springs is something that somebody had mentioned that I should just go ahead and do because they're wore out, and instead of doing like maybe airbags or something that my brother thought about, or doing spring assisted shocks, which is what I thought about and what another subscriber has thought about too. Somebody said to just do the leaf springs, and I think I am going to end up doing that. Another thing is this cooler right here, this pop-up cooler is great, but it doesn't hold the ice that well at all. So I think one of the first new things that I'm going to get for the camper, or for the conversion van, camper, whatever you want to call it, is a Isoco, I think it's called Isoco 12-volt cooler. And they're 12 volt. I can just plug it in my cigarette lighter on the way here. That way it stays nice and cool, keeps everything cold. I don't have to worry about ice. And I think that would just be a really great thing to have, like in the middle of the seats, between the seats. So, and I think that it would take less room than the cooler that I already have, which if you watch the last video, then you know what that is. So I talked with a guy about a power station, one of the new subscribers. He said just to do an inverter and do batteries and stuff like that. So 2 reasons why I may not want to do that is, so the first reason is space. So I think that having batteries and having an inverter and like all the fuses and the fuse block and everything, I think that would take too much space in the van for now. And since I'm not camping for weeks at a time, I feel like a power station, even though I know they're expensive, I found one that was on sale, and when they first came out, they were $1,000. And now they're on sale, or it's on sale on Amazon for $479, and it's 1,000 something watt power station, and I could get some solar panels for it. Sorry, just looking, see where Leroy is, but I can get some solar panels for it from either them or maybe even from Harbor Frightening, because I think anything you buy from Harbor Frightening is frightening. And but I'm not really one to say anything because I have many tools and things from there, so I'm not downplaying Harbor Frightening because they have some good stuff. So the floor, I was looking at the floor, as I showed y'all earlier in the video, that it is pretty nasty. I think I am gonna still steam clean it and all that. For now, I'm gonna rent a rug doctor from the food line that's not too far from me, and just clean it as best as I can and spray it and all that stuff, and then eventually we'll probably do we'll probably end up doing some sort of tongue and groove waterproof floor or something like that, something easy to clean, because I have a dog. So, and so I did find out while we were backing up here that the emergency brake does not work on the van, which is weird because it has had all 4 brakes redone as far as I know, and I know it for sure has had the front brakes done, the wheel cylinders in the rear, and brake pads in the front, new rotors. And I saw today whenever I was putting the new wheels and tires on that it has also had, which is awesome, it's also had the front wheel bearings done, which is great. So Interior lighting, something that I was looking at on Amazon yesterday. I think that's something that we need to do for sure. It's got these lights in it now that are just basically glued or double backed tape to the top and the sides, and I think we need to do some 12-volt lighting. I saw some on Amazon for like $15 or something like that, and I can wire it up and plug that also into the power station, and that would take little to no power at all to power those whenever we need to, just in case. So if we wanted to cook or something in there, we can, and that way y'all can see as good as well as I can. So brake lights and reverse lights. So I'm gonna order some brake light and reverse lights, the LEDs, that way people can see me and I can see backing up and all that. I think that's a really good idea. I tried to already buy some from Advance, but the lights that I bought for the reverse lights didn't fit. So I had to return them, and I found some on Amazon that will work because of the shape of them. So front and rear end, as I said earlier in the video, the rear end did not ever get checked, and that needs to be done ASAP. It didn't sound bad at all. It didn't have any roaring or anything like that. So, but that does need to be done. The front end, it could possibly use some tie rod ends, some drag links, stuff like that, and to make the steering wheel tighter, because it's pretty loose. It's got a lot of play right now. And like I said, if this is too much, then you don't enjoy me talking, like somebody said in the last video in the comments, then just skip past all this if you're not interested. But to those who are interested, then I got a few more things to go over. So something I meant to talk about in the last video, and I said I was going to talk about and never did, was why didn't I buy a camper? So a couple reasons. One reason is that yes, you can get some that are around that price, but I have really no place to put it as far as being out of the weather, and I was going to have to buy a carport or an RV carport to put it underneath, that way the sun doesn't bake the roof. And I know that probably 50% out of the RV owners that have an RV, they just leave it out in the sun, and that's not something that I'm really willing to do, because I want to make sure and ensure that all the roof stays good, it doesn't get cracked, and it doesn't end up leaking inside, especially when I'm not knowing about it. So that's one of the biggest reasons. That was going to be another $5,000–6,000 on top of whatever I paid for the camper to be able to put it underneath some shelter. So if you really want to think about it some type of way, then if it say it was $6,000, I paid $1,000 more to get this entire van, and I didn't, and that would have paid almost for the shelter in itself. So another reason is Leroy, his claws are really sharp for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of the feist that's in him. If you don't know, I don't think I've said anything about it. He's a pit bull, 50% pit bull and 50% feist, which are small game hunting dogs, which I had never heard of before I got him. But he's a great dog. He's literally right over here. Might be able to see him, maybe not. But I don't want him jumping on anything and scratching it all to crap. And also, he would have to ride with me in my truck, and my truck is one of the only nice things that I have other than my bike, and I want to keep it nice. He rides with me in my car all the time, but that's fine. I bought it purposely for that. I didn't buy a nice car because of that. So two things that I need to replace on it for sure that I had noticed before I even bought it was the ladder, for sure, because it's dented and a couple of screws are out of it. So I mean, I could probably bend it back, but my dad has a van kind of similar to this, and the ladder may work for mine, and he said if I want it to have it. So I don't know anybody in the world that wouldn't want to do that. But the bumper, it also has a decent little dent in it. It's not bad, but if I can get a bumper for free, then then why wouldn't I? Like I said, I don't think anybody wouldn't if they had the opportunity. So that's kind of all I have as far as the van for now. I'm sure I could have written down a million more things and talked about it, but I guess that was more of a question and answering type deal. But if you enjoy me talking about these things about the van, then let me know down below. And like I said earlier, I really appreciate everybody who has shown me the love and subscribed and commented on my video, especially the nice ones. And there was one lady, I can't remember her name, but she kind of took up for me when somebody had said that they waited 10 minutes and it was a letdown or something like that. I'm not really worried about anybody's hate comments. I mean, everybody will get them at some point. So thank you for doing that. You don't have to, but hey, do what you want to do. And I guess we'll go ahead and get our kindling put in here, because we have already got our kindling, and we'll start getting ready to make dinner. All right, y'all, we got a squash and a zucchini here. We're gonna cook over the fire. We got some tin foil, we got some seasonings, we got pepper, salt, and we have some all-purpose ranch seasoning. And also we have a steak. If you watched a couple videos back, then you'll know that I normally eat ribeyes. I'm a ribeye guy. But this is a New York strip steak, and it was on sale. It was on manager special for $7. So I had to get it. And another thing I forgot was butter to put in here with the squash and zucchini. So kind of a bummer, because I do like me some butter with my squash and zucchini. But we're gonna go ahead and get these cut up, and we'll put them in the tin foil, we'll get them all seasoned up, and we'll put these on the fire first because they will take less time than the steak will. I like me some ranch seasoning, man. So I know that I did not tell y'all that I got these or brought these, but I did. I literally just have them hanging around this tree right here, going to this tree, and going to this hanger right here for my trash. And I know that I said in the last video, some of y'all have watched, some of y'all have not seen it, but I don't like to leave these hanging, but they were only like $15 from Amazon. Oh, I guess I should say you, but this is what they are off Amazon. Probably can't tell it. It says literally just camping lights. And this thing is like 30 feet long, I'm pretty sure. And it's awesome. It's rechargeable and it's pretty cool. I forgot that I had even brought them. So I'm pretty stoked that I found them when I did, because not quite dark yet, but you can get the gist. Just a beautiful, lovely little sight here. I was definitely hating on the slope and the angle of how the van is, but I think it turned out pretty good, and I did end up cutting off the AC because I don't need it right now. I was just kind of more testing it than anything, and I'm unplugged the refrigerator because I also don't really need it right now since I have the cooler. There's Leroy right here. And we're kind of just waiting for the fire to die down before we put the vegetables on. I think it's a little bit too hot just yet, so we'll wait for this thing to simmer down a little bit and do its thing, and then we'll take our time, take it easy, and put our vegetables on. And then we'll get to eating after that, after we cook our steak. See y'all in a little while. All right, guys, so we got our squash and zucchini cooked. We're gonna go ahead and break out our steak using the handy dandy pocket knife. I mean, for a New York steak, it looks pretty good. I'll show you guys in a minute. Not bad at all. Can you see that? Beautiful red meat. So we're gonna have to eat on the cutting board itself because the plates that I have are styrofoam, and the steak, once it gets off, is gonna melt that styrofoam. So we're just gonna eat on the cutting board here, and kind of just is what it is. But we're gonna go ahead and season this baby up. And we'll throw it on the fire next. All right, y'all, so I got my squash and zucchini here. Leroy's over there eating in the background. But like I said, this is a New York strip steak, and not normally a New York strip steak guy, but I like all steak, so it doesn't matter to me. And I normally eat ribeyes, like I said, but this will do. I have no idea how this thing cooked. I don't know if it's cooked too much or not enough, but the squash and zucchini is cooked just perfectly. I haven't tried it yet, so this will be my first bite. It's still steaming. Yeah. Super good. So I'm trying to eat like a little bit more healthy because I've been eating kind of just whatever, however, last couple of days while I was out on the road, because I went to Tennessee and then I was in Alabama. That was like a 2 or 3 day, about a 3-day trip, 2.5 days, whatever you want to call it. So I poured some of this steak juice, kind of random, but I poured some of this steak juice on Leroy's food, so he's over there eating and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what this thing looks like on the inside. I mean, don't judge me. now that I have people that actually are watching. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it looks more like a medium to medium rare. Maybe it looks more medium rare on camera, but probably get more medium rare as we go to the center, but it looks more medium right now. So, and that's exactly how I like it. I hadn't had the fire that dwindled down before and cooking a steak before on there, so, but I guess it turned out pretty good. I guess we'll see how it tastes. You got bugs. Leroy, stop it. We got bugs everywhere. Whenever Leroy can't see at night, he starts to get all funny. Get over here, come on. Get over here. It's just something he's gonna have to get used to because he's used to being at home. Yeah, so we're just gonna finish up this steak and eat this squash and zucchini, and we'll get back to y'all in a little while. Probably won't be a whole lot more filming, but there'll be a little bit more. And we'll get back with y'all either here in a little while or when we get back inside. Come on. All right, guys, so we are in the van, got the AC running. It's a little bit early, it's probably about 9:45, but I am beat. So we are gonna go ahead and go to bed because we can't watch any TV or anything like that. And we get the fire put out. So we're gonna, I think he's pretty pooped also. So we're gonna sit here and chill until we go to sleep, and I guess we'll see you guys in the morning for breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast, if you guys know. The earlier subscribers would know that, but I got some sausage and eggs, so I might cook some of that in the morning. And I guess cheers for the first night in the van, and I guess we'll see you guys later. All right, everyone. Well, good morning. I would say that was a successful first van camping trip. I will say that I need to do something about that bed because it is the hardest, stiffest mattress that I've ever been on, and that is no lie. I don't know what kind of mattress it is, but just imagine you were sleeping on the ground with no rocks, but it's just flat with just a little bit of cushion. Leroy did amazing. He did try to run after a squirrel last night, but he didn't get but about maybe 40 feet. He just truly amazes me on how good of a dog he really is. It's awesome. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and pack up and clean up. It's almost 9 o'clock. We were in bed at 9:40 last night. I was so tired, and I wanted to stay up longer, but I just felt like I really needed the rest, and so I went to bed early. But next time we'll try to remember a few more things. I'll try to get a list written down and make sure that we have everything as like far as the TV and butter. We gotta have our butter and all that. So the Coleman stove that you might can see, or maybe not, that stove was a little bit dirty, but it's not mine, or it is mine now. It was given to me. I actually have the green one, which is not as good, and that one was given to me from a buddy of mine. So I had to do a little bit of cleaning on it, but it's way better than mine. The control of the temperature is exponentially better than what's on mine. So, and that was my first time using it. But let's make sure we get all of our trash cleaned up, including if there's anybody else's here. We'll go ahead and pick that up too, because I got a way to actually carry it now that I'm not on the bike. So we'll make sure that we leave the site better than we got it, and we'll put this show on the road because we got to get home and mow the yard. We got to do adult things. See y'all in a little while. So I do want to come on here and say one more time about how awesome these camping lights are. Like I said, they're just called camping lights. Here's the logo. You might need to try to find it on Amazon. It's a really cool little deal. It has several different types of lights. So you can turn it well. So it has this front light. It gets brighter. And then the string lights on here, they will either strobe really slowly, or you can have them on all the time. I think that's all that there is. But I think there's actually a light on the back here too, if I'm not mistaken, but I just don't know how to get it to work right now. See if we can get it to work. Yeah, there we go. And that just blinded the crap out of me. Oh, it strobes as well too. So this thing is really awesome. I think it was like 15 bucks, like I said. So if you can pick one of these up, it'll really elevate your next camping trip, I feel like. So pick one of these up on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with these people at all. I just saw it. Somebody else had them on a different video, and I thought it'd be a really cool addition to my camping trips. So to both my van and my motorcycle camping trips. All right, y'all, we are pulling out of the campground, and can't be more happy about this thing, man. I know it needs a few things fixed, and I really hope the guy comes through on helping me get the air conditioner fixed and whatnot, because he told me to let him know how much it costs to fix it, and I'm supposed to be hopefully dropping it off next week. The guy that I was supposed to drop it off to kind of went back on his word. He said, well, just let me know, because I got short staff next week, because he told me originally, well, yeah, just bring it next week and we'll work on it. But now it says that. So we'll see. I don't really know who to bring it to. It's like you get anything in life or get any work done on anything, and it seems to never be the way it's supposed to be. So I guess we'll find out. So I guess if y'all enjoy these types of videos and y'all enjoy seeing Leroy, then let me know by leaving a comment down below. And if you want to, you can subscribe to the channel. If not, then don't. This is more of just a fun thing. I am really happy and excited that I got so many views on the last video. But if you don't want to subscribe, then don't. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I'm doing this mostly for myself and for fun and for memories with my baby boy. So I'm gonna get out here and throw this trash, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.